For any of you guys who don't know who I am, my name is Drew Trades. I am a 23-year-old futures trader. I am currently making my way towards profitability. I just recently got my first payout. Super stoked about, can't lie. Um, Took a long time for me to get here. I've blown countless accounts through prop firm trading. I know a lot of people in the space trade through prop firms, but I kind of just want to give you guys like a little story of my overall trading experience so far. I'm currently in my second year of trading, um, 1.5 years to be exact. Um, but like a lot of younger people, I started out with trading probably when I was around like 18 or 19, maybe even 17. I found out about it through Forex trading. Then I kind of switched over to trading options for a little bit. That's really what got me into day trading. A good friend of mine, Johnny Options, he actually got me into trading. Saw him on Instagram, and that was it, man. I started trading options. But then, kind of shortly after that, found out about futures trading. I really liked how the overall market was. I liked how regulated it was. To me, I thought it was just a lot easier to trade for me personally. Um, I had a really big struggle trying to understand everything there is to know about options trading, which kind of led me to futures. I started trading futures back in November of 2024. Traded futures all of 2025. I started out trading NQ like a lot of people do. Uh, I was trading NQ and ES at the same time. Um, Put a lot of hours into trying to learn how to trade ICT concepts. To me personally, to me it just doesn't seem like a really sustainable approach long term. Like, don't get me wrong, I know a lot of traders who trade ICT and it works great, but like for me, I felt like there was just a little bit of inconsistency like with the overall concepts of it. Um, that led to me kind of going at war with myself because I didn't know how I wanted to trade yet. Um, and I kind of switched over to like starting to trade gold a little bit on futures. I even went over to go trade natural gas. I actually had a little bit of luck trading natural gas for a very short amount of time last year. I think it was probably from around like June to probably like September of last year in 2025. Um, and then natural gas just kind of slowed up on me, and I found another roadblock. Um, I wasn't finding consistency like I had been finding off rip when I first started trading NG last year. Um, and now I strictly trade ES, the S&P 500. Um, and after I got done trading NG, I luckily found a praise be my current mentor, Devon Roberts, goated guy. I speak very highly of him. He's taught me a lot of psychological things about trading. It's made me realize a lot of flaws that I have in my trading. And one of the biggest things that I've learned so far in my trading is I think the ability to be adaptive, um, because that's really what trading is. You have to be adaptive, right? Like, there's different seasons in the markets. Markets change every year, every 4 years, every 10 years. You have to be able to adapt in your trading, and I think that's one of my biggest strong suits. Hopefully, you guys heard that thunder. Um, but yeah, no, I was one of those kids starting out trading. I was learning ICT concepts, and now I trade more breakout style. I don't trade breakout style like you see a lot of people trading options with, um, like swing trading breakout style. I trade intraday moves on the futures market. Um, you guys can go back and like watch any of my executions that I have up on my YouTube channel currently. But yeah, like a little rundown, kind of how I trade currently, which I plan on trading for the foreseeable future, unless I make any like major tweaks to how I'm trading currently. Um, but basically, all I do right now that I've been able to find success with, just lacking discipline a little bit. Um, Basically, all I do a top-down analysis from like the 4 hour time frame all the way down to the 5 minute. So I'll go 4 hour, 1 hour, 15 minute, and 5 minute. I'll mark I'll mark out like any 4 hour high lows, any key 1 hour support and resistance levels for intraday moves, and then I'll start marking out like the session liquidities on the 15-minute time frame, um, and then I'll go ahead and look for like any breakdowns or breakout trades on the 5 minute. Um, that's the lowest time frame I'll do any of my executions on anymore. I've been able to find more consistency with taking my executions on the 5 minute time frame. Um, I've traded the 1 minute before, 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, even the 4 minute before. I haven't been able to find as much consistency as I have now trading the 5 minute than I ever have in my trading. But you know, I'm just a normal guy. Like I really want people to understand that I'm just a normal guy who is trying his very hardest to learn a high income skill that can set me up for the rest of my life. So, um, I know a lot of people can definitely relate to that. Which one of my big inspirations, Johnny Options, he really got me into the space just because of how real he kept trading. Like, trading is probably the hardest thing that you could tackle, because trading will literally teach you everything about yourself and some. Like, if you're not consistent in any aspects of your life, could literally just be as simple as waking up in the morning at a set time and you have like a routine in the mornings. There's going to be some sort of aspect up on the charts that's going to reflect that in some sort of way. Could be just like your lack of discipline. Um, Discipline's honestly just a really easy one. I could go on and on and on about examples about the charts, but um, like one of my biggest pieces of advice that I could give with almost 2 years of experience in the markets, I think you just kind of have to figure out your own routine. If you can figure out your own routine, which for me, I'm not gonna lie, it took a minute for me to find my own routine. I actually had to switch like the hours I work at my job so that I'm actually able to uh, trade New York session in the morning. Um, if for anybody who doesn't know, damn, it's loud as hell. Yes, it's raining outside. I live in the Midwest. I live right outside St. Louis. For anybody who doesn't know, you guys can go see that on my Instagram. I got big old STL Mo in the bio, but I'm Central Time, so market open is at 8:30 for me. So I work in a warehouse job. I used to have to go in at like 10, so obviously had to switch around my hours. And God, that was back when I first started trading. Dude, it's been a crazy ride so far, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, back to what I was saying, just about being like a regular dude. Like, I got hobbies outside of here. Like, I obviously go to the gym. I try to lift as much as I can. Not literally as much as I can, but just longevity wise. I try to take care of myself as much as I can. I we'll do a little backstory too. Just this is just kind of a rant. I'm not gonna lie to you. Just kind of like want to get something out on my YouTube about me for you guys to watch and listen to. This is like one of my first types of videos I'm ever doing about this, by the way. So if you guys got any criticism, constructive criticism, I don't even care if it's regular criticism, type it down in the comments. But no, dude. Growing up, I played soccer. I'm a big soccer guy. I was a big baseball guy too, but definitely my heart and soul was in soccer. I grew up playing soccer pretty much my whole life up until, I don't know, probably when I was about 19. That sounds about right. I played club soccer growing up all the way up until high school. I was playing club soccer. Anybody who lives over in the Midwest, you guys will probably know Scott Gallagher. I played for Scott Gallagher. That was probably my favorite club I ever played for. And then I was actually lucky enough to play a semester of college soccer, which that was probably the greatest semester I've ever been a part of. I'm not gonna lie. That was such an amazing experience. If there's any high school athletes that are watching this, I would highly recommend going and at least trying a season of a college sport. It is the most fun, just traveling with people your own age who love the sport that you've grown up playing and have that ambition. And I feel like part of that ambition is why it led me to trading. I'm not gonna lie to you. I stopped playing soccer because I knew I didn't want to go pro, and it didn't seem realistic for me. I was a goalkeeper at like 5'10", 140 pounds. I was a pretty string bean, bro. Which, I mean, I'm like 165, 170 now, but nonetheless, that is loud as fuck. Dude, that, you guys can probably still hear that thunder. But, yeah, no, I was a goalkeeper in soccer. Didn't win a whole lot, which I think that's probably one of the main reasons why I have like the mindset I have. I always got talked down on, especially playing soccer. Like, and I think not winning anything major playing soccer kind of led me to be like, all right, we're gonna do this, and this is gonna be it. Like, we're going balls to the wall. We're gonna make this work. And I really feel like that's one of the main reasons why I'm able to be in this position that I'm at currently, working towards learning a high income skill at such a young age, but also being able to have come in contact with a bunch of people that I would have never come in contact with if I ever started trading. Like, I got friends all over the country now that I would have never, ever, ever, ever had met if I didn't start trading. So, yeah. I don't know. I'm just kind of ranting. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I'll cut this up too much. But yeah, no. Like, if there's any questions that you guys want to know about me, shoot them my way. Honestly, Instagram, YouTube, whatever. I'm trying to think about anything else I'd want to throw in here, just kind of about myself. I guess I could probably come off as a little reserved sometimes. I've definitely grown out of my shell. You just gotta kind of get to know me a little bit. But yeah, no. Go Cardinals, Blues, St. Louis City. You know. Yeah, no. I think I'm gonna hop off here. But yeah, no. The grind keeps going. We're gonna get more payouts. I'm gonna be more disciplined on the charts. That's it.